The Rowan women's basketball team is coming off a very successful season in which they went 17-9 and made it to the postseason for the first time since 2011. The Profs will be returning most of their roster, including Kate Matthews, Kaitlin Schullstrom, and Melissa Lake, who are graduate students, and head coach Gabby Lasella talks about how those three will stabilize things for Rowan in 2015-16.
Well, I think we have a lot of experience returning, more experience than probably ever, in that we have 3 kids coming back in their 5th year of school. 2 of them having been in the program, the 2 Kates having been in the program for 5 years, and Melissa just in a mature place as a person, I think brings a whole lot of stability that you don't typically get. You know, everyone else, we're familiar with what we're doing. We kind of became a lot more aggressive last year, both offensively and defensively. So we know more what to expect, we're more comfortable, therefore I feel like we can be even more aggressive.
Matthews, Schullstrom, and Lake will lead the charge for a Rowan team that will look to play a fast, up-tempo type of game and run and gun their opponents into the ground. They will also thrive on defense with their suffocating full-court trap.
They understand what it is we're trying to do. We don't really have to seek out buy-in because it worked, and they're convinced that it works, and they like it. So it's a fun way to play. It's a fun way to watch, a fun game to watch as well, I think.
You'll see some new changes in how women's basketball will be played this season, thanks in large part to a new rules package, and Coach Lasella is excited about those changes.
You know, it just kind of defines the game a little bit. You know, one of the things we're excited about that we've been actually working on in practice is the ability to advance the ball at the end of the game. I mean, that's a fun one. It can really have big impacts on game-ending situations.
The Profs have 8 new faces this year, 6 of which are freshmen, and Coach Lasella talks about who has transitioned quickly and picked up the Profs' style of play.
Well, I think thus far, Olivia Rowan has really been able to play at speed, I think quicker than some of the other ones. Certainly, I think Leslie also has the ability to really have an impact.
Summer Curley is back for her sophomore campaign, as she is a threat from the outside. Coach Lasella talks about how Curley will become even more dangerous because she is picking up the defensive side of the ball as well.
Summer can be just one of those game changers, and I think she's putting herself in a position now to stay in games longer. She's in a little bit better shape, playing herself into even better shape. Just being able to even understand what our expectations are defensively. I think towards the end of the season we were able to hit some drills where things started to make sense for her, and understanding defensive positioning so as not to get into foul trouble, which a lot of times was a situation with her last year.
Anissa Sanchez highlights a junior class in which Coach Lasella says is very strong. The Stratford native was second-team NJAC All-Conference player in 2015 as she led the Profs in points and field goal percentage. Valerie Garofalo was a major role player for Rowan last season, as a guard averaged 7.1 points per game and totaled 47 steals to go along with 46 assists.
They're playing like veterans. Alex Raring was in that class. She's back after being away a year. So again, we do have quite a bit of experience, but more importantly, they're competitors. They're all competitors, and you know they want to go, which again helps set the tone.
Over the past few seasons, the NJAC has become more and more competitive, and Coach Lasella says you aren't going to see one team rule the conference this year.
Last season demonstrated that every single game is a battle. Every single game you've got to show up and play, and those teams that people think are at the bottom are knocking people off. So the NJAC is a tough conference, and in some ways we beat each other up, but if you make it through, you're tough and can advance as historically we've done.
Rowan opens its 2015-16 schedule on November 13th as they take on Lehman College in the first game of the Hampton Inn Tip-Off Classic in Grantham, PA. Game time is set for 5:30 p.m.